That looked really good, didn't it? I'm going to show you how to cook that today in Sister Sue's kitchen. That is Moroccan chicken with charmaine sauce and potato mash. Let's get started. Welcome back. So let's get things going with first discussing ingredients. Let's get the ingredients underway. So we've got over here chopped parsley, and this is basically for your garnish. I've got 8 cloves of garlic, and those are minced. I've got a cup of chopped onion. I've got 3 to 4 tablespoons, or maybe a fourth a cup of tomato paste. And here I've got olive oil, pepper, salt. I've got sweet potatoes, and those are cut in half. There's 2 small sweet potatoes here, cut in half and diced. And then you have charmaine spice. This is actually a 1/4 teaspoon of sweet paprika, a 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne, a 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon, and a 1/4 teaspoon of cumin. I've got butter, which is going to go in our sweet potato mash. I've got about 2 cups of crushed tomatoes, a cup of water, and I have 2 nice looking chicken breasts here. And over here I do have about 3 cups of water with some salt in it, and that's what I'm going to boil my sweet potatoes in. Let's get started. Okay, so what we're going to do first is we're going to take these sweet potatoes that have been sliced up, and we're going to put those in the water, the salted water, and let those go to a boil. And while we're waiting for those to boil, we're going to go ahead and prep the chicken, okay? And so I've already seasoned one side, so this other side we're going to go ahead and just sprinkle a little salt and pepper on there. Get those seasoned up real good. With just salt and pepper, that's all you need. Okay, got those salted and peppered real good, and we're going to put these in a skillet. I'm going to add, now the skillet's already hot, add a little bit of olive oil to the pan. Swirl it around real good. We're going to take these chicken breasts, and all we're going to do is we're going to brown it on each side, okay? You don't want to cook the whole thing. You're just going to really brown it. About 2 to 3 minutes on each side is what you're going to do, okay? Get it nice and brown. Okay, so they're browned on this one side for about 3 minutes. And we're going to flip those. And if you'll see, the sweet potatoes are boiling, and we're going to let those boil for about 8 minutes, okay? Okay, so the chicken is nicely browned on both sides. We're going to set it over here on this plate, let it rest a little bit. Take that off, and you do not want to clean your skillet. You want all those juices in there. Let's turn that skillet down, or I turn it off and let it simmer down, or calm down for just a little bit. And while that's coming down to a reduced heat, I'm going to take these sweet potatoes off, strain them, and then put them back in the pan, and we're going to mash those up, okay? Okay. Set that over there. Out of my way. And I'm going to put about 2 tablespoons of butter in here. I've got my old trusty masher. We're going to mash that all up, all together, okay? Just mash it all up. part of the recipe is the simplest. You know, this is the potato mash, sweet potato mash. It's just kind of like mashed potatoes. You can put a little salt and pepper in there. Oh, I'll put this over here. A little salt, a little pepper. Let's give that a good old stir. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the lid on it to keep it warm, okay? Now, see if that's come down just a little bit. What we're going to do now is we're going to add your onion and your garlic. Got all that in there. Gonna add a little more salt and pepper. Notice I haven't turned that fire back on yet because the skillet was already hot enough, okay? You just want to turn the skillet off. You want these to turn translucent. Oh, it smells good. Nothing like garlic and onion. Smelling that scent in the air. Okay, now we've got that pretty well cooked. We're going to add this Charmaine sauce, or spices, actually. It's not sauce yet, but it's going to be. Ooh, that smells good. You can smell the cumin and the cinnamon in that. Now I'm going to add some tomato paste. It's going to help keep it thick, good thick sauce. Let me get all that off of there. Now you hear the fire's dying down, so this is where you want to turn it back on to about a medium heat. I'm going to mix all that tomato paste in there. Then you're going to add the crushed tomatoes. Oh yeah. Very fragrant dish. Just smells wonderful. This is a good meal for guests coming over. And it's a healthy meal. It's gluten-free. Not a lot of sugar in it. If you have any sugar, this is from natural sugars. From the, you know, your onions can kind of reduce, sometimes bring out sugars, and tomatoes do. Natural sugars, which those are healthy sugars. I'm going to add a little more salt and pepper to this. Get that fire up there a little more. So I've added some salt and pepper and all the seasonings are in there. So now we're going to add some water. 1 cup of water. And we're going to bring that to a good simmer, okay? I've got the fire up to about 8, which is a pretty high fire just to get it to simmering, okay? Okay, so now we've got it at a simmer. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this chicken and put it back in the pan, in the skillet. Kind of coat it real good. Give it a good old flip. what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the fire down to medium. And I'm going to get a lid here. So I got my lid and I'm going to cover that up. I'm going to let that simmer for about 20 minutes. And then we're going to put it on the plate. Okay, so now it's time to put all this delicious food on the plate. We take the sweet potatoes and we mash it. Sweet potato mash. And then we're going to turn that fire off. We're going to take chicken, the Moroccan chicken with charmaine sauce. And we're going to put that on top of the sweet potatoes. Some people like to add a little bit extra sauce on there. And we're going to do the same with this other chicken breast. Just put that on top of that sweet potato mash. Put some of this delicious sauce on there. And you're going to sprinkle it with some parsley. Just for a garnish. Add a little bit of extra flavor. Make it look pretty. And there you go. Moroccan chicken with charmaine sauce and sweet potato mash.